Hello YouTube, BlackMaleASMR here. This is my first time recording a proper ASMR video for my new house, so I don't know how it's going to sound. I don't know how it's going to look. I can't see myself. Okay, so hopefully the video is actually focusing. So yes, as you can tell by the title, this is a story that happened to me. It's a true story. It happened to me when I was a kid. I forgot how old, but it was how Grape taught me my first lesson about death. Okay, so I was a little kid, and I forgot what year it was, but one year, my mother, she just had a major craving for grapes. Okay, so every time we would go somewhere, she would buy grapes. Okay, it could be red grapes, green grapes, purple grapes, it didn't matter. White grapes. So one time she bought some purple grapes. Okay, and I was just in my room, and my brother and I, we shared a room back then. So I was in there, my brother was on his bed, I was on my bed, and we were both eating some grapes. And you know, I looked down at one of them, and it was just, I had never seen a grape as perfect as that grape. Okay, it had the perfect dimensions, the perfect texture. Okay, it didn't have any scratches or bruises on it. Even the place where the stem is removed, that was like perfectly centered. Okay, and it was a perfect size. Everything about that grape was perfect. Okay, and I saw that grape, and I was about to eat it, and I thought to myself, why would I destroy something as perfect as this? Like, I don't want it to go to waste. So I looked over at my brother, and he was like doing his own thing. He wasn't paying attention to me. So I set that grape aside on my bed because I wanted to find a safe place to put it. And back in those days, like, I would have shoe boxes. Okay, and I'll add a bunch of little like toy cars, like Hot Wheels cars, and little bouncing balls, you know, and I'll put all that stuff in my shoe boxes. And I thought to myself, I could put my grape in the shoebox, okay, because I wanted to save it. So when my brother left the room, I emptied out one of those shoe boxes and put the grape in there so it could have its own spot, because I was like, grapes grow outside and they have no problem surviving outside. Okay, it can rain or little bugs can get into them and whatever, and the grapes survive. So I said, if it can survive outside, then surely it can survive in a shoebox. So my brother left the room, and I put that grape in my shoebox, and it had its own shoebox. It didn't have to share with any of my toys. So I was happy because I said, this grape is the perfect grape, and I will save it and keep it with me for the rest of my life. Okay, now take it to high school, and then I'll take it to college with me, and when I graduate college, I'll bring it to my job and put it on my desk so I can look at it. And you know, my childhood wasn't very pleasant, so I also said that if I'm ever feeling sad, I'll come home and look at that grape, okay, and I will not feel sad anymore. Or if I'm feeling lonely, I can come home and look at that grape, and I won't feel lonely anymore. Okay, so like every day I would look at that grape and, you know, just to make sure it was okay. So I'll wake up in the morning, look at the grape, and then at night when I go to sleep, I'll look at the grape and go to sleep. I did that for about, I guess, a week. And I said, yes, my grape is okay. So I stopped looking at the grape because, you know, I didn't want the light to cause any damage to it. I wanted to stay safe in its shoebox. So a month or two, I think it was 2 months, I don't remember, I think 2 months went by, and it was the summer, and I was out with my family. I don't remember what was going on, but I was very, very sad. And we were riding home in our car, and I didn't talk to anybody. I was just thinking the whole time, I want to look at my grape so I won't feel sad anymore. The grape will make me feel happy. So we finally made it home, and sometimes our mother, she would let us open the front door. So I asked my mother for the key, so she gave it to me, and I unlocked the door and made sure I was the first one in the house. Okay, so I got inside the house, and I hurried up and walked to my room, and I locked the door so my brother couldn't get in or anybody. So I went in there, unlocked the door, ran to had the shoebox at the foot of my bed, under the bed. So I ran to the foot of the bed and pulled out that shoebox, and I opened it up, and I looked in that shoebox, and that grape was covered with maggots. It was covered with maggots. And I didn't know what to do. I needed help, but I could not ask my family for help because nobody knew that I was storing a grape in a shoebox. So and I also did not want to ask for help because I did not want them to know that I was storing a grape in a shoebox. And I was already feeling bad, and when I saw that grape, I felt even worse because I was like, now I don't know how I'm going to feel happy again. And I was confused because I had never, up until that point, I had never seen a grape like in such a condition. Like, I only had memories of grapes that I could eat, or that were just, they had no problems. And another thing that confused me is I was like, how did the maggots get there? Like, I don't know. I was confused, disappointed, and I was frightened because I did not know that a grape could do that, or that could happen to a grape. So I shut that shoebox and put it at the foot of my bed again. And I didn't want to look at it again. I didn't want to see that grape. And I had to dispose of it. So I waited, like, the main trash can at that house was in the kitchen. So I waited until I knew nobody was in the kitchen. And I hurried up and went to my room, got that shoebox, and quickly walked into the kitchen and put that shoebox, the whole shoebox, in the trash can. Yeah, I just left it there. And I went back to my room. I just sat on the bed in silence because I didn't know what to do. Yeah, but right there, that just let me know that not all things are going to be in a good condition. Not all things are going to look good forever, or feel good forever, or even smell good forever. Okay. And I just had to accept it. There is no way for me to make that grape perfect again. It was just gone. It was gone forever. And I was going to live the rest of my life without that grape. And it hurt. Yeah. I mean, I eventually got over it. I don't know how long it took. Yeah, but I got over it. Also never looked at grapes the same way again, and I still do eat grapes. I do. But now I know that it's not a good idea to leave a grape in a shoebox at the foot of your bed for 2 months. Okay? So don't any of y'all do that either. Okay? So that's my story about how the grape taught me my first lesson about death. The grape died. And one day I'll die. So it is inevitable, but it will happen. Yeah. I hope that y'all are doing well. Okay, and 2020 is almost over, and it's been one of the best years of my life, really. So I'll go now. And again, I hope that y'all are doing well, and thanks for supporting me and staying with me for all these years. Okay, as always, Godspeed on the devil's thunder. Bye-bye.